Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video and to a new NQ market review and trades recap. So something extremely interesting happened today, and I hate to say it all the time, every time, but I already talked about this in a previous video of mine. Alright, in today's AM session we had a major range. A lot of traders got cooked in this range back and forth, right? And it might not look so bad in the 5-minute time frame, but if you go to the 1-minute time frame, for example, look at this, right? This was pretty much the whole AM session, and displacement traders, SMT traders without higher time frame alignment, traders who chase entry patterns, they got cooked in here. Accounts were blown in this AM session. I mean, just look at this, right? And once I logged into the chart, I saw it was somewhere around here. And of course, the direction was not obvious. So I checked the 1 hour and then I saw something. I took some trades. I'm going to show you the trades later and the logic behind them. But this is what I saw once I went to my higher time frame and the 1 hour. Let me put a vertical line at the 10 a.m. So this is what I saw. What can you see in here? Forget about the structure, forget about everything else. I want you to focus on the EMA and remember what I told you about the EMA. Look at the EMA right here. A lot of times I told you that I have a filter, which is when price taps into the EMA, I stop looking for trades. And this is on the 1 hour on my higher time frame, alright? I have the 100 EMA right here, the double EMA, alright? And in my higher time frame, which is the 1 hour, when I see price is tapping into that EMA, I stop trading. I don't trade out of it, meaning I'm not looking for reversals. When price, for example, taps the EMA like this, I'm gonna look for reversals. I don't look for breaking it and then trading to the upside. No, I just stop trading and wait for price or wait for more informations, because the EMA, guys, is a powerful tool. A lot of people are missing out on it. The powerful thing about this tool is that whenever price touch the EMA and we have a rejection from it, all right, there is 99% chance that that rejection came from structure, actually market structure, right? How price is reacting to zones, to imbalances, to taking lows and then rejecting from them. Like for example, these rejections from here are happening from this imbalance, all right? You can see them here. So you can either be aware of the structure 100% of the time, or you can just put the EMA, and when price touches the EMA, you stop trading. That's it. Alright, you wait for price to see what's going to happen next, whether we're going to rip through it and start trading to the upside, and then you can look for longs, or we're going to have a rejection from it, a strong rejection, and then you're going to start looking for shorts, but again based on structure. But when price touches the EMA, you simply stop trading. Alright, this rule of mine, guys, it helped me to avoid so many losses. Alright, so when I saw this, I just sat on my hands for the rest of the AM session, and I came back later on and I found 2 beautiful setups, or 3. One of them was break even, and we're gonna go through them now. So you can see that I was able to avoid all of this with just one simple filter. Now, I don't mean that whenever price taps the EMA, we're gonna have this right here. Sometimes it's gonna be a small reaction and then continue. But when we touch the EMA, I usually avoid a lot of losses. So let's talk about the trades that I took later on. Let me show it to you. And the first one was here. All right, this was a break even. I'm gonna share with you the idea and the context. Break even, this should be break even. All right, so I got slipped for a few points. And this one, I entered from here, and I don't know what happened here exactly. I don't know what are these. I had to close and orders manually, but basically this candle was so explosive. It happened in a matter of quarter of a second, I would say. So my orders and my TPs didn't get executed and filled the right way here. But this is break even. This is a nice long position winner. And then I took another long position here. And of course, price really went too far. But still, I was up 2% for the day. So I won't lose sleep over this. But now let's move on to the logic behind these 3 longs, alright? So let's go back to the 1 hour. Price was just tapping into that EMA multiple times, and again we are inside this imbalance, and pretty much we don't have a clear idea here, alright? You can see that we took this target, and this was a clear target, alright? And we took it at the Asian session, clean Asian session. So when we went to London traded to the downside. It gave a pullback to take this low, and then we start trading to the upside. This is also a good play, right? Basically they moved to this high during Asia, and then playing this sweep here during London. And then during New York, things were not that obvious because we don't know what to do next, right? Whether we're going to trade to the upside. We already took the high, so we don't know what price is going to do. Maybe a deeper pullback, maybe another expansion. Price was stuck, all right? So more information was needed. And look what happened here. We had a sudden move to the downside, and I know that this is not a break even, or this is not a break of structure and the displacement to trade to the downside. Why is that? Because when we took this low right here, I want you to notice the reaction from it. And this is one more time a concept that I talked about it in the previous video, in many videos, the V-shaped recovery. When we take a low, especially when we are with the trend, I'm also going to put a clip right here talking about the V-shaped recovery. When we have an uptrend and then you have a sudden move to the downside to take the low, and then you see price starts trading quickly to the upside, that's a V-shaped recovery, and that means we're going to trade to the upside, alright? So listen to this clip right now. Condition right here. I was waiting for price to trade to here to the downside in a sudden move. When we have a sudden move to the downside to take a low, right, like this, that's a manipulation, and it is most of the times followed by another explosive move, so a V-shaped recovery, all right? So in this case, now if you go to the 15-minute, this is what I mean by a V-shaped recovery. You might see that this is a wick, and obviously we're going to trade to the upside, but at that time we had like a black candle here, and a lot of people shorted this, all right? A lot of people took a short to, I don't know, these lows right here. But again, remember the V-shaped recovery. We traded to here. We didn't trade to this low. This low already took swept this, right? So when I saw price start trading to the upside here, I went to the 1 minute and started to look for longs, all right? This is a 5-minute imbalance that we violated, and I found a long from here, all right, somewhere around here. It was break even, and it was the right call because price eventually went to my stop loss. And then I found another opportunity to long from here, same idea, and took some profit from here on this explosive candle. I closed the chart, returned later on, and I found that price actually retraced to that 5-minute imbalance. Let me show it to you. Here we go. We retraced all the way to here, and then we start trading to the upside. Again, a good sign, and then we start disrespecting these bearish imbalances because we don't have really highs and lows here. We don't have structure, internal structure here. That means I'm gonna work with imbalances, and I usually work with imbalances when we have this sudden moves to the downside, where they don't leave highs and lows behind, so you have only imbalance to work with. And this is how I use imbalances. All right, for example, here you can't have a break of structure. You might say this, but this is too late in my opinion, waiting for this to get broken. So you're gonna have to work with imbalances. Same here, right? You're gonna wait for this to get broken, right? Too late. So same thing here, trading to the upside, you were violating these imbalances, and I saw that we are creating sweeps here, sweeping, then trading to the upside. So I went to look for same thing here. So here we traded to the downside and we have a sweep, and I guess I returned, or I entered from here, I believe. Yeah, on this candle, I'm not very sure, let me see. But this was a really good trade in my opinion, and beautiful to the upside. Right, so let me show you the trades. Let's go to the 15-second because all of them were based on the 15-second. All right. I had to close at the break even here because I saw the sweep here and price unable to close above the high. This is never a good sign when you are longing. So I had to close. My stop loss was here, right? So I closed break even. I got slipped again, and then price took my stop loss, or my old stop loss, and then look what happened. We have a nice sweep here, and then we start trading to the upside. So I entered from this imbalance right here once we close above I don't know, I don't remember what was here, maybe an imbalance, but I took the entry from here and price just exploded to the upside. So that's the second trade, and the third trade, also nice trade, although I get out too early, but you never know, honestly. Same thing, we have a nice sweep, we broke this high, returned back, right? So you can see that I'm working with highs right here because we actually have internal structure to work with, and we have a really nice another sweep here, entering from here, stop loss around here, and then I took my TP from here. All right, so these was the trades that I took and the price action from my perspective. Of course, everyone has his own perspective, but I guess that there are some similarities among all traders. And the sweep, price trading below a low or above a high, and then failing to close above it, I believe that's a concept that everybody should be using because we basically see it all the time, right? Every single day on all time frames. So you're gonna have to incorporate some price action concepts. All right, so I hope you like this video. If you have any other questions, you can always DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Now happy trading and good luck.